One source for ongoing online content is case studies. Case studies are simple, convincing stories that almost tell themselves. If you've been in business for any length of time, you have stories where you met or exceeded a customer's wants, needs, or desires. Simply tell that story in video and, as if by magic, you have a video case study. Outlining the case study is easy. Identify the client and state the problem you were asked to solve. Describe the solution you proposed and then show the results. See? Simple. Next, you need to decide how the study will be presented, as this will tell you what kind of script you'll need to write. If you have a magnetic and engaging presenter, you may want them to carry the load, and the script will be narrative, supported by text, graphics, pictures, and video. You could tell the story with still images moving on the screen in a method we call affectionately Ken Burns, and have an off-camera narrator. You might interview the parties involved, such as the customer, the sales lead, and the creative lead, a la 60 Minutes. In this case, the script will look like a bunch of questions, and you'll want the answers to sound unscripted and off the cuff. One benefit to the interview style is you get a testimonial from the client, and that is pure gold. You could produce an animated video combining all kinds of elements, from pictures to video to motion, text, and graphics. Here again, you'll be using a narrative script style with an off-camera narrator. This may also be the most expensive to produce. Let's talk about time. These things should be as short as possible. 1 to 2 minutes should be adequate to do the job. If you can tell the whole story in less than a minute, you should. Keep in mind that a single-spaced one-page script is about 2.5 minutes long. I remember one project where the client wrote the script. I was told it would be a 5-minute video, and they showed up with 10. Count them, 10 pages. That's roughly 15 minutes a copy. Producing a script that takes less than 2 minutes is harder than it appears. The key is editing. Here's how I tend to approach it. I write everything I'd like to say, then I remove the parts I don't need. This gets tough when you have a favorite section or line that has to go in order to stay on time. However, these restrictions will actually help you develop a much better story than if you blather on and on and on. Remember, the version of Henry David Thoreau's work Walden Pond, where he extols the virtues of the simple life, is rewrite number 6. To be a great writer, you must be a great editor. Never forget that. On the other hand, keep in mind that at some point you must be done and get on with things. Don't let perfectionism get in the way of a good story. Holding these two things in tension is what professionalism is all about. Speaking of which, you may want to consider hiring a professional to at least consult on your project from concept through script to completion of the video. Now, as I said at the beginning, case studies are an ongoing source of online marketing content. And for best results, you should have a process that regularly brings new stories to the attention of your audience. This isn't a one-and-done proposition. If you plan to create one case study and stop there, save your money and do nothing. If, however, you plan to succeed, plan an ongoing series. Comments? Questions? Just leave a note on the blog or contact us via the email address on the screen. Now get out and do something.